Candlelight tonight is at 5:16. Mincha will be at 5:25. Please note that Monday we're on a Sunday schedule. So Monday is Sunday because of President's Day. Now for a very brief Devar Torah. As when Moshe came down, he had a radiance. And as we all know, Michelangelo misinterpreted the Hebrew and put horns on his head. He couldn't, but if you read the text, by the way, you're surprised how did Michelangelo make that mistake, but that's a separate issue. But the funny thing is, Moshe was not aware of the radiance that he was showing. It had to be pointed out to him because, Moshe knew he was a leader. He did not know how special he was. He just said, okay, I have to be the leader because Hashem chose me. That's just the way it is. Remember that Moshe was probably the most humble of all men. And thinking about that, when George Washington became president, he didn't want to be president. He had to be talked into it. But they realized he was the only man for the job. And if he had known what an influence he had, he, like Moshe, would not have believed it. But his influence on the Jewish world is astounding because when he spoke to the synagogue in Newport, the Torah synagogue, he made a statement that shook the Jewish world, believe it or not, because he said, you have as much right to be here as I do. He did not say you are here by tolerance. You tolerate a problem. You tolerate something. He said, no, you have a right to be here. You are here by right. When the Vilna Gaon heard about this, and he just said, wait a minute. A leader of a country says the Jews have a right to be there, and it's not by sufferance. This is the beginning of the Geula. And the Vilna Gaon actually believed that due to the American Revolution, then later the French Revolution, that it was the beginning of the Geula. And if you notice, by the way, of his students, many of his students' grandchildren became leaders of the Mizrahi movement. It's not something that out of the ordinary. So sometimes somebody will say something that they don't realize the real effect they're having, or that Hashem is putting words in their mouth just simply because Hashem has his own plan, and Moshe, of course, did not realize how great he really was. Just something to think about. Kaddish Rabbanim.